Hey guys, welcome to NAS Studio one more time. We were off for a few days. We're back. We're going to talk. We have some important guests here as well, but we'll get to that in a second. My name is Naz. You're watching Mind Your Business with Mind Your Business with Naz. I'm the host, Anas Mengla. This show is on every Thursday evening, 6 p.m. But show is not live because every Monday to Friday we have a show here. On Monday is Clearing the Mist with Ken Hamilton. On Tuesday we do Vibing with Vicky Weidman, who's working at the City Hall right now. On Wednesday is Dr. Nasir Khan's Faith Matters, and Thursday this is the show that you're on right now. This show that we talk about. So because this show is not live, you won't be able to, you can still send your comments and concern to us, and we'll be able to talk to you, but we won't be able to show them online, obviously, because this is a pre-recorded show. But one of the most important show, I'm really excited about this, because this person is having him here as good news too. I'm sure that all the parents out there, you're really excited that our kids are about to go back to school. Really excited about this, so we can get some peace in mind in our lives. We have our friend Mark Laurie. He's the superintendent of Niagara Falls City High School.
City Schools.
City School District. So thank you so much for coming.
Well, thank you for having me. And before we start, I wanted to just make a few comments. First of all, congratulations to you. What an awesome place you have here. What an awesome job you're doing. And I want to personally and professionally thank you for being part of our community. You're a big part of our community with your whole family and your operation. And I want to wish you the best and wish you luck and thank you. Secondly, if you do get comments, you reference the fact that we aren't live this evening, but if you do get comments, please forward them to me, and I'll either respond back to the comment or you can share it back. Or maybe, if you like me, I'll come back another time and answer that. And third, I wanted to say, what a lineup. Ken Hamilton, Vicky, what an honor I am to be here on this show. That's quite a lineup that you have. So again, thank you, and most importantly, congratulations.
Thank you so much for all this. So I'll try to answer one by one as well. Thank you so much for all this nice compliment that you gave us too. We do want to work with the community. Yeah. So this show, the entire podcast schedule that we have is all about helping the community. So Vicky Weidman and Ken Hamilton and Dr. Nasir Khan, we're all involved with the community. We're all trying to do whatever we can do. So you're part of that as well. You're very personable. You're very reachable as well. Every time that my wife and I, or if you have any personal question or work-related question, if we were able to reach you in your office, and you've always been very helpful. And this is right now. This show too is for parents and for the students as well. So just like what you said, Mr. Laurie, if you have any questions and comments, you want to post them online, send it to us, and we'll be able to pass that information to you. We're definitely going to have you back in. After the school starts, and then we'll talk about the future planning and try to answer the question that people raise at that.
Sure, good. Sounds like a deal.
Yeah, thank you. So let's start with you. Do you want to take a few seconds and let people know who you are?
Who I am? Sure. My name is Mark Laurie. This is my 39th year in the Niagara Falls School District. 39. You're not even that old, and I'm starting my 39th year.
I'm over 40, but I'll take it as a
but I would not want to be in any other district or any other place. I'm beginning my 7th year as school superintendent. I live with my family in the community, which I'm very proud. I'm proud of our school district, the 7,000 students, the 1,300 staff, the 9-member Board of Education. We've been good financial stewards of the district. We've been increasing and adding programming. We're ready to open school for another year on September 6th. And it's an honor for me to have that title. I take it very seriously. As you alluded to, I try to be very accessible and open to people. We're in a service business, a service industry, and we have an important job, and that is to educate 7,000 students, and we take that seriously. And we do the best we can. We can always improve, but we do the best we can. The last thing I'll say about myself and about our district, and it speaks to this beautiful facility that we're in, is that one of the best parts of the school district, one of the best parts of our community, is that we are a diverse community, and we need to continue to accept that diversity, embrace it, and celebrate it, because it makes us all better.
Yes, and then a few days ago, we had a meeting with you, and we were talking about the diversity too. A lot of people are moving from bigger towns to Niagara Falls, Niagara County area too. People are moving to Niagara Falls, so you're able to, you're working on a plan right now to help those newcomers to.
We want to make everybody feel very welcome, because from each other we learn, and when we learn, we grow and we get better, and we become more accepting in this world. And it's a big part of what I believe, the way I've raised my family, and the way I'd like to lead this school district. So bringing different cultures, different thoughts, different ideas, does what I think school is about, prepares kids to be ready for the world. We have to have them academically ready, we have to have them socially and emotionally ready, but we also have to have them culturally ready. The world is really, as that book said, flat, and we are all integrating and mingling more and more together. And if we don't understand from where we all come and learn how to accept and embrace and live together, then school is really not doing its job. So we have plans to bring your facility, your staff, your family into our schools to share what you know and do and love, so that students of all races and ethnicities can learn from them. It's a big part of what we do. It has to be a big part of what we do.
Okay, so thank you so much for these comments too. Now, before we get to our serious stuff,
Yep.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, no.
I want you to look at this picture.
No,
No, just take a second here.
Oh, no.
Who is this person?
I don't know. He's handsome and he's young.
Yes.
And what a surprise. That is me. That's my high school senior. That's my high school picture.
You have full mustache in high
Yeah. I had a full mustache in middle school. And look at that hair.
Yes.
I had that hair until I had my 3 kids, and then it all fell out.
I know my system does not allow right now to put pictures side by side. Can we go back and forth for a couple times?
Oh, gosh.
Let people see.
I liked you. I liked you until this last thing. So gray, bigger hair, but that's funny. That's cute.
Wise though, right?
Wise.
And you're still very handsome.
Thank you, sir. The years of experience do give you wisdom. You're 100% right about wisdom. You live and you learn. And what I like about you and your family and your facility here is just meeting new people. It makes us all stronger and better.
So there's a saying by Prophet Muhammad, we're Muslims, so I'll quote you that he said that getting education, seeking knowledge, is a process that starts with your from your birth to the day you die.
It's right.
So even though I'm not in school anymore, I'm still learning new things too. You're still in school as a superintendent. You've been a teacher. You had other duties too within the school system. But every day you learn new things. As
Exactly.
Well. So that process does not
Never.
Does not end. Yeah.
When that ends, then you stop growing and developing and becoming.
Exactly.
We are always becoming constantly, and we never arrive. I believe what the prophet says, and I believe what you say, that we are always becoming and never have arrived. When we arrive, that means we've stopped learning, and this is a world to continue to learn.
That actually will be a sign of you become arrogant when you think you know everything.
Yes. And far from me,
Yeah.
I only know what I know.
Yeah.
And I think, getting a little bit into education, something that we have to do for kids, we have good kids.
Yeah.
They're good people, they're good families, but they only know what they know, and they know what they've been exposed to, and they don't know what they don't know, and they don't know what they haven't been exposed to. So a big part of our job is to what I call build their schema or build their brain to see things that they've never seen, experience things that they've never seen, visit places that they've never seen, and learn things that they've never dreamed that they could learn. So I think that it ties into culture, but it's also important to know that we've got to fill young people's heads with as much information, as much knowledge, as much culture that we can. And as you said, it starts at the day you're born.
All right. Speaking of the new lifestyle that we have
Yes.
right now, I always give this example that when we were young, when you were young, in that picture that we saw before, if there was a bully in your school, that stayed at bay there at the school.
Yeah.
The school ends and you come home and that's it. But no, with the rise of social media,
Exactly.
with TikTok and with all the new apps that are out there, those bullies are chasing you throughout the day.
You're
So
correct.
that it never ends. Even
You're
when
correct.
you're sleeping, your phone will ding like my phone did right now.
You're correct.
I thought I put it on mute.
But-
So what's school board doing to curb that, the bullying?
Yeah, you're 100% right. Technology,
Yeah.
it changed education, and we're never going back.
Mhm.
So we have to address where we are. And what we need to do is put as many humans in front of our kids as possible so that they know that if you're having a problem, if you're feeling not good about yourself, someone's bothering you, that there is a caring human that has a relationship with you that can help guide you through this time. Whether it's a bullying issue, it could be an issue about just about anything, from your sexuality to being bullied to not getting good grades to thinking you're going to drop out to having a problem with a teacher. In schools and in our schools, what has to happen, and what we're trying to make happen, is that there's got to be a loving, caring adult that every student can relate to and go to. And it's not necessarily just a counselor or a social worker. It could be your math teacher, it could be your principal, it could be anyone. And we have to insist that when kids are feeling any of those feelings that aren't right, whether it's from bullying or anything else, they go to somebody immediately. They have that comfort to go and say, hey, look, I'm having this problem. I need your help. There's nothing wrong with that. We have to make sure that kids feel comfortable having somebody that they can connect with. The only way to combat the ills of technology, there's a lot of good things about technology, but the only way to combat the ills of technology is through human contact, meaning I have somebody that I can reach out to and talk to about that. It doesn't necessarily happen through technology, but it's why we're in school. And it's why the pandemic was so detrimental to us. Being out and away really set a lot of kids back because they lost that human interaction. They lost that connection. They lost that relationship. And we are working really hard to make sure that those are built up again.
Good answer. The question I wanted to ask you related to that was you're talking about the technology could be bad, good or bad.
Yes.
If parents watching this show right now, I'm trying to work with the school board right now as well, that they can do internship right at this
Yes, sir.
studio here. And there are some students doing the internship through this city right now at this location,
Great.
the 716 Business Culture Center, which is located at 6951 William Road. There are a lot of other offices people can rent out, and they can, students can start their new businesses as well, and we can teach them that part as well. But they can do the internship right here as well. Use that technology that we're using right now to broadcast the show for your benefit as well. So there are good
That's
things
right.
as well, and hopefully, there will be more talks about the goods and bads of social media in the future as well. I'm going to segue into a new thing, and I couldn't find anything better, but I know that before the show started, I asked you if there's anything special you want to talk about, and you said there's nothing off limit.
Never.
So I'm going to ask you a question about something that happened last year.
Sure.
One student was left on a bus. The student did not get home in time. I'm not going to get into detail, and I think better not discuss the detail. But what has school board learned from it, and what are the new protocols that you just ensure the students are safe
Sure.
and they get home safe and sound after.
Yeah, it did happen last year, and I hope it never happens again. It was a terrible situation. I'm not going to hide or run away from it, and nor will I ever. When we're wrong, and in that case, we own that problem and we were wrong. What has been insisted upon and what must happen in every case, at any time a bus arrives at a school or back to the bus depot, right, exactly, that the driver or the aide must get out of their seat, and before they leave, they must walk from the front of the bus to the back of the bus or van or whatever vehicle it is, checking each and every seat with their head and their eyes and making sure that no one's left, and then initialing on their form that they made that walk up and down. And God forbid somebody was left, it might be 15 or 20 minutes as opposed to 5 hours.
So,
And
this protocol was in place before as well.
it was.
So it was
It just was not, it was in place, it just was not enacted correctly on that situation. But from it, we admit our mistakes, we learn, and we reinforce that this must happen, and that I need to do a better job of oversight and checking from time to time. Are those sign-in sheets being done all the time? Let me see randomly if I walk in there and see it and make sure it happens. What we don't measure and what we don't check sometimes doesn't get done. And I own the whole issue, but you're right, the protocol was in place, it wasn't done, and maybe what we need to do is check the sign-off sheets more frequently, which wasn't done. That wasn't done, and that's something that I own.
Speaking of school buses, there's nationally shortage of school bus drivers.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of schools are suffering from shortage of teachers and other faculty members as well. How's Niagara Falls City Board?
Real good question. First of all, staffing-wise, we're in very good shape. We're still looking for three positions. That's all, 3. It's not bad. We have about a week and a half before school.
How do people apply for them?
You could go online to our website, or you can come to 630 66th Street and pick up a packet. It's a pre-employment packet where you've got to have a health screening, a police check, a drug test, and some paperwork and a resume. That's all. Then we take you through an interview, and depending on the position, we try to place you right away. Now, we're in good shape in most places with the teachers, the associates, the administrators, the maintenance department, secretaries. We're in good shape. As I said, we have 3 positions to fill 10 days before the school, or 2 weeks before the school year opens, and we'll get there. There are 2 areas that we're not in good shape in. And number 1 is substitute teachers. To be a substitute teacher in the district, you need to have a 4-year degree. Now, that 4-year degree can be in anything. It can be in any subject. A Bachelor of Arts or Science. Now, if you only have a Bachelor of Arts or Science and you don't have a teaching certificate with it, you will receive a different rate of pay. If you have a teaching certificate with it, you will receive a higher rate of pay. And I think we're talking the difference between $140 a day versus $105 a day, something like that. The other area you alluded to already, school bus drivers are a critical shortage, a critical need. We need 80 bus drivers on a daily basis, and we have 40. So you ask, how may we do that, right? To be perfectly driven, to have every route and every bus filled to the right comfortable amount, we need 80 drivers. We have the buses. We don't. The company has the buses. So what we had to do is change the times.
Is that sourced out or
it's outsourced.
Okay.
So all of our transportation is outsourced. Okay. What we had to do to combat that issue, so how are you going to do it, is that it just so happens that we need about 40 drivers for the high school and the middle school, and 40 drivers for the elementary. So each of the drivers is going to do 2 runs to school and 2 runs home. So they will go to their high school or middle school run, pick up the children, drop them off at the school, and then immediately have about 30 minutes to turn around and get to their next set of elementary children, deliver them to their school. At the end of the day, it's the same thing. The high school and middle school kids get out around 2:30. They have about 22-minute runs. Immediately they will go to their closest elementary school, pick up the elementary school, be there by 3:05, and depart at 10 after 3. The problem with that is the drivers are doing 2 runs, and that's a lot on them. The second problem is weather or road conditions could slow people down. We need the bus company needs more drivers. The other factor is if somebody is sick, and you know we had a lot of people out with COVID. So if they were to lose 10 drivers, that would exacerbate the problem. So we're really between substitute teachers, and we have a plan for that, and bus drivers. Those are the 2 staffing areas that we have the biggest shortage in right now.
Okay, and no, we're just coming out of COVID.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure that a lot of teachers have left, or they didn't saw them. As we had with our children too, one of the teachers was teaching for about 30 years, but she was not tech savvy, and most of the teachers, thankfully, most of the teachers were ready to switch to Zoom or whatever system schools are using, but not everyone was on board, and I know that a lot of students were struggling with technology as well. God forbid anything else happen like that. Let's say it's not COVID or something else happened. Is school ready for that?
Yeah, I think we are. First of all, and again, I'm from the old school when I wouldn't have been as tech savvy as some of these people are now. So you can see from that picture, we didn't have that tech when I started teaching. What I can tell you is that we've really up-trained all of our staff, and the colleges have trained them well. You can't come to teach if you're not tech savvy. And for those that have been in the system, you're right. Some of them have decided it's time to move on. Others have said, I've got to get caught up here. So we have 2 technology trainers in the district that just work exclusively with honing the skills of teachers. And we offer those services every day in every school, and they're constantly working on that. I'll give you for instance, that we're going to use this year. On 2 days right now, we're going to call remote learning days, just to make sure that in that eventuality that you just described, we are ready. The first day is going to be November 8th, and the second day is going to be May 17th. You say, why are those 2 days? Well, there's a thought behind why November 8th and May 17th. If you look at the calendar, along with the day we're taping this, those are election days.
No.
And in 9 of our school buildings, the public comes in and uses those buildings to vote. It is very nerve-wracking to have all of the security we have and then honor the individual's right to walk into a place to vote. And but we don't always know who those people are coming into our school while we have children in the school. So we decided on those 2 days when voters would be using our buildings, at least for this year, to call remote learning days for the kids. It will give us a chance to practice and make sure that we have good remote learning in place. It will make sure that if we ever use too many of our snow days, that we can use remote learning with fidelity. And thirdly, God forbid, we have another pandemic. We will have already put in place everything that we need to. So teachers, to your original point, you can't work for us. You can't work in a school district now unless you're tech savvy.
One of the very difficult question, and I know the parents are going to feel this too, because every time you have to send kids to school these days, we have to think about this. School shootings.
Yeah.
There was a shooting in Texas. One of the door was apparently left unlocked or open, and
You're right.
the person was able to walk through. What do we do? You just talked about that too, like on election day,
right.
Public actually is allowed to or is going to be walking through the school and everything. What goes into planning for God forbid that kind of day?
Yeah,
How do you prevent it?
Yeah, it's another change in schools that didn't exist before 1999 in Columbine, but it's something that we can't turn our head away from, even though it pains me to talk about this, because you want your schools to be welcome, comfortable, safe havens. But it's irresponsible not to plan some of these things that we have. This year we'll have weapons detection systems that everybody will walk through in all of our schools, even elementary. And I say that and look at you and say it painfully because it's not what I thought an elementary school should need. All of our schools are in lockout. You have to be buzzed in and you have to have an appointment to approach. We are building secured vestibules in all of our schools, meaning you have to be buzzed into one door, and if you're just dropping off your son's lunch or paper, you'll be able to put it through a slot and never come in the door. Somebody will receive you. If you are coming in, you will ask for your license. It will be scanned into a system that will print you an ID badge, and we'll be able to check the registry of any warrants or sexual offenses you may have.
Is that being done real time?
It is being done in real time.
Okay.
We're piloting in 4 schools to start the year. I'm going to add 4 more, 2 more, and then the high school. So it will be across the board. Then you'll have to be buzzed in another door while you'll be escorted to the school. To your direct question about, and you're right about Uvalde, it is a fear that I have. What we are doing is we are going to wire all 340 of our doors. There's 340 exterior doors in the schools. We're going to wire them so that if any door is propped open, held open, kind of because some people can go out, put a rock in the door and go to, an alarm will sound after X number of seconds. And that camera will point to that door and it will alert somebody at the screen where the camera is are being watched. And we'll, attend to that right away. In the meantime, until that gets all designed and built, I've told the faculty last night, I'll tell them again and again, no one may ever prop a door open, ever. It's a very bad practice, and I won't have it. We'll deal with it on the human side. We have hired an enormous number of safety officers in all of our schools. We're adding to that cadre of safety officers, and we have 4 uniformed police officers in our schools, 2 at the high school, 1 each at the middle schools. This summer they did an active shooter drill during summer school, and during the school year we're going to do another drill in a school so that we practice all of our protocols. We have added 130 cameras. We're going to add more cameras to our buildings, and we are going to continue to preach safety and security, because if you don't feel safe, you can't learn anything. And I say that with kind of sadness, because it's not the way schools should be.
It shouldn't be. She just reminded me that we only have a few minutes to go.
Sure.
One final question, it could be a
Sure.
very short answer. The free lunch program is
Yes.
gone away because the state is not sponsoring this anymore. Does the city has any plan for that, or any alternative for all those
Yeah.
kids who may not have anything at all?
We're still going to do it. We're going to pay for it out of our lunch budget. Niagara Falls will provide a free breakfast and a free lunch to every student, regardless of their income or their parents' income. Food is too critical to the needs of our students. So in Niagara Falls, every student will continue to get a free lunch, free breakfast, if they want. There's no charge, and it doesn't matter what your parents' incomes is.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my God. Oh,
Except for that picture, I love this very much.
for that, can you show that?
Oh, he is, you know what?
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay, we're giving you another.
That's okay. That's fun. I like to have fun too. So, but I want to just say, I know you're out of time, but thank you to you. Thank you to you and your wife and your family. Wonderful people, good-hearted people, caring people, trying to do the right thing. We need more people like this.
And any final message for the teachers or parents?
Yeah, get ready. I'm excited. I am excited about September 6th. I can't wait. Please get your children to school every day on time and let us do the rest. It reminds me of a commercial I hear on TV. Get your children to school, get them prepared, and let us do the rest. Please have a good year. We are with you. If you need us, we're available. Please contact us. And again, thank you to you and your wife for the wonderful service.
Not a problem, and here's the picture one more time. Where is it? Very good.
What a handsome guy.
Handsome
Handsome
okay,
guy.
with that, I'm just going to remind you quickly, guys, the schedule. Thank you. Yeah, that is the name. The schedule is Monday to Friday, Monday to Thursday. No, it is. On Monday is Cleaning the Mist with Ken Hamilton. On Tuesday, Vibing with Vicky. And then Wednesday is Faith Matter with Dr. Nasir Khan. On Thursday, we do Mind Your Business with Naz. This show is part of that. And we do this every day. The weekdays on 6 p.m. You can watch it live on Facebook or YouTube, but this video stays on forever. So you can go back and watch them again and again if you want to. So again, thank you for coming in and watching this show, and we'll see you next time.